What is up, guys? My name is Andre, of course, and right now I am extremely tired. So I thought, what better than to make a video on how you can sleep better. So I have a whiteboard I set up here, and I broke it down into a couple different categories, and I'm going to cover some few specific points and hopefully some strategies that you guys can implement if you're not already doing. But a lot of this should be kind of new. But yeah, without further ado, let's get it started. So melatonin. So the first thing I have for melatonin, this is basic. This is lighting. Now, what I'm talking about in terms of lighting is, this is my light actually. And notice this one's red, and that one is actually powered by my Alexa device. So what I'll usually do is turn off the white light that is dominant in my room right now, and for the last maybe 2-3 hours it'll just be the red light. And what that does is helps you endogenously produce melatonin, so your body naturally will make it, of course if the sun is down, and ideally if there's no other screens, such as your phone, your computer, anything like that to interfere. And really quickly, I'm going to show you guys, Windows has a night light setting. They call it night light. You can set a timer, and what it will do is darken it. You can increase the intensity of it to be just like literally red. It's really helpful, and I implement it on my phone, on my computer, and it really helps, even though a lot of people just don't know. But it's a great option, so I highly recommend doing that. So that covers lighting, that covers our screens. Now, next thing is blackout curtains. Now these are blackout curtains. They're all right. I actually had some blackout blinds in my previous living space, and those were awesome. Like, you just would pull them down and they would stay. They were flush with the window. With these ones, you'll notice I look like a crazy person because I have towels up above to prevent light from escaping, and I actually like shove my the edge of my curtain here in the side of the window when I close it. But actually lately I've been just sleeping with the window open to get some fresh air, because that's also a good tip. So experiment, if you have a fan, that's good. But yeah, that covers my melatonin. So that is a big important thing. Melatonin actually helps you turn into your parasympathetic nervous system so you can finally actually rest. It's a huge part of your circadian rhythm in sleep. It's, pretty much probably the primary hormone for calming down so you can get restful sleep. So next, we're gonna go to body and mind. Now, body and mind, this is, putting your mind at ease in a sense, and also the connection with your body, both at the same time. So I recommend meditating if you really just are stressing out about stuff. Go through a guided meditation, just let it be. And this actually transforms into our next one. If meditation is not your thing, do some breath work, some breathing. Specifically, a 4-7-8 is pretty good. A lot of people use that. And what that is breathing in for 4 seconds. So holding it for 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then exhale for 8. So you'll exhale slowly and fully. Do a couple rounds of that, repetitions, and that should really help you get to sleep. I should do it much more often, because breathing is just huge. A lot of people don't think about it, but it's probably one of the biggest things that we can actually change if we're mindful of it. So next thing, consistency. So having a consistent sleep schedule is very huge. A lot of people party out on the weekends. Unfortunately, it's hard to make up a deficit that you get, even if you just party on the weekends, but otherwise sleep okay. It's, you can't just make up sleep like that. I wish it did work that way, and you could just sleep in on Sunday till 3 o'clock, which, definitely have done before, I'll be honest. But it doesn't work that way. So unfortunately, try to keep and stay as consistent as you can. Next thing I'm going to go over, temperature. 65 degrees Fahrenheit is pretty much the sweet spot. So of course, if you have the heat on and it's winter like it is here, and snow is really crappy, then, you know, turn it off. It'll save power, save some money, and yeah, you should be good. So definitely cooler temperature is important, especially with your feet. So experiment with that. Don't stay too warm. Yeah. And then diet. So diet, magnesium is a good supplement to start with. Not only because like 90% of people are deficient in magnesium, but also it helps with your smooth muscle so it can contract and you can get proper blood flow. And next one, sodium. So getting proper salt intake is kind of controversial, but a lot of people just do it wrong and they don't understand how all that works in terms of blood pressure. It's, you know, I'll save it for a different video. But sodium, if you're cutting sodium out and you're not sleeping very well because you find yourself waking up in the middle of the night going to pee, that is why. Because sodium is crucial for increasing your antidiuretic hormone, ADH, and that will essentially prevent you from needing to wake up to pee. So experiment with that if you have any issues like that, because I know that's kind of a common like niche problem that a lot of people end up happening, but they aren't mindful of it and how it affects their sleep quality. So next one, avoid high protein before bed if you experience any issues with your sleep. So that's definitely a thing to look for. I haven't really, you know, I do all right personally, but I know that that's a thing that can be common for a lot of people. Next one in terms of diet, alcohol. Alcohol is horrible. For your sleep especially, and not because you're up late, you know, that could be a confounding variable, but alcohol just doesn't get you in your quality sleep range to get fully rested. So avoid alcohol the best you can, and yeah, that should kind of be pretty common. If you're doing like an alcohol nightcap, highly do not recommend. It's not quality, and of course quality is more important than quantity, sadly. So last one, I want to cover just a few quick 3 things. So EMFs, electromagnetic fields, you know, you may have heard about it. It might be kind of woo-woo to you, but over the past year and a half or so, I've actually just been putting my phone on airplane mode, and I feel like I can tell, like, because sometimes I'll forget early on, and it just feels like there's literally static in my brain and it's more active. So, you know, experiment with that if you want. You know, you can go as far as shutting off your Wi-Fi. You know, a lot of people won't do that, but if you experiment with it, then it could be something of interest if you're a super nerd like me. And heart rate variability. So HRV, apparently sleeping on your right side actually increases your heart rate variability more. And that's a good thing in terms of recovery and quality rest. So just a thought. I actually noticed this because early on I used to sleep in my car, like on my breaks, because I would do intermittent fasting and all this other crap. But it's weird because I gravitate towards sleeping on my right side. I just feel more at ease and rested. So that's an interesting thing that came out on a study where they tested sleep positions. So there you go on that. And then of course the last thing I want to cover, sleep is so important for testosterone health. It's probably one of the biggest contributors to good testosterone levels, is being able to rest fully and just be at ease. It's, you know, men literally produce testosterone when they're sleeping, like pretty much no other time. So that is your time to get the best rest that you can if you want to be the best man you can be. Plain and simple. But that's pretty much all I wanted to cover, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video and found out some good strategies. And of course, these are some blue blocking glasses. So I'm blocking some of the the blue wavelengths of light to kind of help me produce more melatonin. And without further ado, guys, like, I'm just so burnt out. My sleep has been crap. So I'm gonna take a nap, a good 30-minute, 45-minute nap. And with that, I'll see you guys later. Peace.